This tournament was always a tournament that we're in process. It's a progression. For me, it was important that we win so we can move on to the next thing. We have Commonwealth Games next year. We have to do a qualification for that. We're waiting for the Commonwealth Games body to tell us whether we have to play some tournament to qualify to go. Because don't forget, the greatest rugby playing nations are in the Commonwealth. The greatest. So New Zealand, Australia, Fiji, South Africa, Scotland, England, Wales. I mean, they're the greatest. Don't forget Canada as well. So to play in the Commonwealth Games is exactly the same as playing in the Olympics, or even harder. So we need to take time to understand how do we prepare either for qualification or for the tournament itself. If it's for the tournament itself, we know how we're going to prepare. We know exactly how we're going to prepare. Technically, we have challenges. But there is no reason why you cannot be as fit and mentally strong as the next human being. And that is the next step for Ghana, both as sevens, in 15s, and the development of the game in a whole.
Are we trying for the sevens?
Of course. Of course. We try for every single competition. Look at the physicality of the players there today. Even look at my brother Tanko, who came to watch, who hopefully will be playing, who is bigger than anybody who's playing rugby today. We have a physicality of player who is as big as anybody in the world at the moment. You've got Big Ken, who's 125 kilos. That makes him as big as any prop in the world. You've got Ako at 117 kilos. You know, you got Fori, who came on, the giant from St. West, who must be getting on for 120 kilos. Mumuni is over 100 kilos. So you've got a big front row. Look at Zaki in the second row at 6 foot. I'm 6 foot, nearly 6'4", so he's about 6'6", who's playing at 117 kilos. So he's big, he's athletic. Bosoka, getting on for 100 kilos. Michael came on at 117 kilos. The point I'm trying to make is that we have a physicality now that we did not have 2 years ago. You have a back row of strength. Look, Alex is small, but nobody can forage or tackle or have an engine like he does. Kelechi really ran his legs off until he was tired today. The power he brings to the back row is huge. Hakim, experience. Tetega, level of intelligence. Jason, physicality, you know, with youth. So we have it there. Francis has developed so much there. Look at him play at number 10. His kicks down the line were first class. The first two were a little bit. Then the other kicks, 30, 40 meters, spiraling down the line, showed real strength and confidence. You know, even Sani, you could see he's adapting his game to come on to be able to play. Theo was on the wing, he should be at center. Fantastic. Bruno at wing is his position. Jalilu was injured, but he played very well. So I'm just trying to explain that we have now players of mental and physical ability. We need to teach them technically. We need to get their fitness levels to get even higher. Then we start talking about a nation that can compete. So we are maybe 2-3 years ahead of our time in terms of development, where the others have done. So we won't know for another week or two. Some are playing in different parts. You know, West Africa is so big. Africa is so big. So things are done regionally before you go to another level. So if you wait another 10 days or so, we'll know exactly what the situation is.
But on the whole, you say that we are on that path that you wanted Ghana Rugby to be?
I think we're ahead of the path. You know, we have to thank a lot of people who have spent time and effort, selfless time and effort. There are a lot of board members who spend a lot of time and effort. And there are people that have also spent a lot of time adapting to the new ways. I think that Captain Black in St. West certainly is at the leader of that. In terms of developing rugby, he stands out head and shoulders above everybody else. And you can see today that there are players who are 18 months away from being proper Ghanaian full internationals. We gave them a chance. We gave them a chance. And they didn't let Ghana down. You know, if you look at Fori, who came on, if you look at Michael, who also came on, massive players of the moment, Donko, who played at scrum half. So you can see there are a plethora of players coming in from different places. The boys from Hurricanes, who came in with discipline to make huge impact as well on the game. Players like Tetega, who've been out for a long time, came back. They were given the opportunity to play in a certain kind of way. We shuffled the pack. Jalulu was injured, yet he nearly scored a try. Hakim, the old man of the team, actually scored the try. So it's a team effort. It's not about one individual. And that's what makes rugby so much different from any sport in the world. Different from football, different from the other sports as well. You know, there were times in the game where Togolese were in ascendancy. And yet Ghanaians had to tackle and hold their line. They had to make sure the Togolese did not get ahead of the gain line. Take the ball, break our tackle, make progress. When the big guy came on, over 300 pounds, it was Alex. Small Alex, at 60 kilos, 70 kilos, who took him down. So big efforts from individuals working as a team, respecting one another, brought about a tough victory today. Start from youth. Most of us are starting from 18, 19, 17. I started playing rugby at the age of 5. You see, 6, 7, you know how to pass the ball, how to take a hit, how to roll out of trouble, how to be able to play when you're under pressure. It comes with youth. It's a very technical game. You know, the ball is not round, it's wet. You have to run forward in order to pass the ball backwards. There are a lot of challenges. How to know what a teammate is doing. You're not like basketball looking for your player. You're playing with instinct. That technical challenge you learn from youth. We are playing as adults. So therefore, we're having to take a different approach to teaching people this game. Don't forget, we have a Getting Into Rugby program that is going through schools in southern Ghana, through St. West, first class, Greater Accra, great. Philip is developing in the eastern region, fantastic. We're now looking for people to develop in Ashanti, Brong, and through the north. In the next 2 years, you'll have it. Then with the GES, you'll find that it's part of school's curriculum. Not physical impact rugby, but where you touch one another and throw the ball around, understand the nuances of the game. Then you'll understand that we as West Africans have athleticism. East Africa, I always say they got an engine to run and run and run. The Southern Africans to South Africa and Namibia have got brute power. You see what I'm saying? And I think we have an advantage, especially in the sevens game. But we have to start from the kids, get the adults playing well, get more teams in the league, look for support because it's not like other sports. Don't forget, there are 15 players in rugby, only 11 in football. The bench, the squad today was 23 out there. Football, you don't have 23 out there. Look at the physical demands of the game. So we have far greater financial demands, and yet we don't get support from many people at all. The guys that you see there, you need to raise your hand and say, these guys have got involved in helping us today. And that is the future, getting them. Mr. Kavanagh I was speaking to, when the government let us down, they stepped in. They provided rooms and made it possible for Ghana to raise its hand and to be proud that we could fulfill the status of what a world international competition is about. So we have to work hard with the partners off the field to make sure it works. The World Rugby guys today, Africa Rugby guys, Charles Yapo, the match commissioner and rest, we work very strongly with them. So our world in Ghana Rugby in terms of compliance is ahead of any country in Africa. We've introduced systems like Scrummit and the rest that no other country has. So World Rugby looks at us and says, wow, this is what they're doing off the field. Development, getting into rugby, we are doing it, maybe not fast enough. The women's game needs to be developed much faster. We want more teams in the league. We need to be able to compete with international competitions. That program of development is what we put into place 2-3 years ago. Some people didn't want to see change. Tough luck, change came. Today, we've won this tournament. Today, we're wearing sponsored kit. Today, we have a crowd at the stadium. Today, we're playing on a Sunday, which is a football day at the Accra Sports Stadium, and honoring and making sure that we'll fulfill the edicts of what World Rugby actually represents. So it is a great day today in Ghana.